All right, today we're jumping into an ancient text for what is basically a cosmic showdown. You've got a visiting mystic on one side and a god who thinks he's the creator of literally everything on the other. But here's the twist. This isn't a battle of power. It's a battle over the secret meaning of words. So let's meet Baka Brahma. He's this incredibly powerful being, and he's living in a realm that, from his point of view, is perfect. It's unchanging. It's absolute. He truly, deeply believes he is the beginning and the end of everything. For him, this isn't just a belief, it is reality. And then, the Buddha just appears in this perfect heaven. And with just a handful of words, he basically drops a bomb on the god's entire worldview. This one sentence kicks off a debate that calls the very nature of existence into question.
Okay, so to really get what's going on here, we first have to put ourselves in the god's shoes. You know? Why is he so absolutely sure that he's right about everything? And you've got to understand, this isn't just some massive ego talking. This is his actual lived experience. From where he's standing, his world is permanent. It is stable. As far as he can tell, there's absolutely nothing beyond it. This is his truth. So that's where Baka is coming from. It's a deeply held conviction. But now, let's flip the script and look at the other side of the argument, because the Buddhist perspective doesn't just disagree, it turns Baka's reality completely upside down. The Buddha's argument is just this direct, point-by-point dismantling of everything the god believes. He doesn't just offer another opinion, he's flat out saying that Baka's entire understanding of reality is fundamentally flawed, a huge misreading of how things actually work. So, this is our central mystery, right? Who do you believe? The god who literally runs the place, or the mystic who just showed up and said it's all an illusion? The story suggests the answer isn't about who's more powerful, it's about who has a much deeper understanding of the very words they're using to describe their worlds. So to solve this mystery, we can't just stick to the surface translation. We've got to go deeper. It's like we have to hack the source code of this ancient language to see what the Buddha really means. The first key is this one word, bhava. Now, a standard dictionary will just tell you it means existence, simple enough. But if we dig down to the root meaning, the way the Buddha is using it, it's way more dynamic. It's like a treadmill of being, a cycle that just keeps going and going. And this right here, this is the core of their entire disagreement. Baka thinks existence is a location, a static place that you're in. But the Buddha sees bhava as a verb. It's an endless, self-feeling process of becoming. This kind of deep linguistic insight, it's called niruti. The root of the word bhava is bu, which literally means to become. So the action is baked right into the word itself. The reason Baka can't see it as a process is because he's completely stuck inside of it. And we see this exact same kind of deep dive with that word the Buddha used at the start, avidya. The simple translation is just ignorance, which sounds really passive, right? Like you just don't know something. But the root meaning, it implies something active. It's not just a lack of knowledge. It's the active process of misinterpreting what's right in front of your face. Okay, so just as this deeper truth is about to come out, the whole debate gets crashed by a third party. And this new player, well, he wants to keep everyone focused on that easy, surface-level view of things. So this is Mara, who's basically the cosmic tempter, the embodiment of delusion. He actually possesses one of the god's followers and tries to just shut the conversation down. He's basically saying, hey monk, don't rock the boat. Just accept the comfortable reality that everyone else believes in. Mara makes the stakes crystal clear. He's that little voice of conformity. Go along with the system, praise the powers that be, and everything will be fine. But if you dare challenge that system with a difficult truth, you're going to get cast out. You're going to get destroyed. But the Buddha, wow, his perspective is on a whole other level. He looks right through the possessed follower and speaks directly to Mara, saying, I see you, and I see that this powerful God, his followers, this whole perfect world, you already own all of them, that are all trapped in your game, but I am not. So the debate has reached a total stalemate. Words aren't cutting it anymore. So the argument shifts from words to a cosmic game of hide-and-seek. So Baka, the god, decides to prove his ultimate power. He says, I will now vanish. He concentrates with all of his divine might. But it doesn't work. The Buddha can still see him perfectly. The god's power only functions within his own system. And then
the Buddha calmly says, "My turn." And just like that, poof, he's gone. The god and all his followers, they can't see him anywhere. All they can hear is his voice, coming from the emptiness, reciting a verse. And this is just brilliant. His invisibility isn't some kind of magic trick. He's explaining that because he has seen the danger of bhava, that treadmill of becoming, and has completely stepped off of it, a being like Baka, who can only see reality through the lens of bhava, literally cannot perceive him anymore. Now, this is a pretty abstract, mind-bending concept. So, to make it completely tangible for the god and his followers, the Buddha offers one last, powerful, and very concrete metaphor. He compares the root of his being to a palm tree that's been hacked right at its growing point. A normal tree will keep fruiting, keep growing, that's the cycle. But once you sever that central growth point, it is fundamentally incapable of regrowing. He has ended the process of becoming once and for all. There's one final thought here. The source text tells us that after this whole profound demonstration, Mara, the tempter, tries one last time to get in the way. He tells the Buddha to just keep this knowledge to himself. Enjoy your freedom, but don't bother trying to teach it to anyone else. And that really leaves us with the final question. If you found a way out of the system, a truth that offered you complete freedom, but would fundamentally challenge the reality that everyone else takes for granted, what would you do? Would you share it, or would you just keep it to yourself?